see. And it says you're live. Hey, my name's Sean. This is Federal Prison Talk. And this is Rory. And I've known Rory a few years here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, guys, he's like me. He's been to prison, jail, that kind of stuff. What, 10 years at least maybe since you've been in? And
I've been there 5 times every 10 years.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But now he helps people. And he works for an organization. I'll let him tell you about that here. But Rory's got a hell of a story, and I've heard little bits and pieces over the couple of years, and today, hopefully, we hear it all. So what's going on, Rory? Tell everybody about yourself.
That would be a 26-volume book session. I could write a movie for it, but yeah, it's been an adventure. You know, experiences, it was good. I mean, I'm not going to say don't want to be there. I did it. I had the consequences. I did it, you know.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot from it. I learned how to grow. I learned how to accept people for who they are, which helped me with my current position in Best Chance.
A lot of people that watch this one, they're on pretrial, waiting to go to prison one day, right? You know. But then I get all the other people that just want to know about prison and whatever. And sometimes people just tune in because, you know, they know somebody who's been in prison. And
a lot of people don't know it. You know,
I
was in this class for criminal justice, and I was in there with guards, and they had no clue what prison was like.
Oh,
I know. And I had to go up there every time and explain how prison really was, not how they thought it was.
And it's not, you know, it's not anything that's like not in the movies. I thought I was going to Shawshank Redemption, but
nothing like that at all. You know.
Nothing like that.
I could do it over and over again, but do you want to?
No. If I had to, yeah, I wouldn't be scared to go this time, but I don't want to.
I would never be scared.
I was scared shitless. I'd never been to prison. I'd only seen in the movies, you know.
When I walk in the bars, someone there's gonna know me. From the streets, from before prison. You know.
You did all your time in Albuquerque? New Mexico prison?
All but the last time.
And where was that?
Florence, Colorado Federal.
But that's where I did. Oh, you must have been across the street. I was at the camp. Were you at the camp?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't even know you were at Florence?
Yeah.
Well, all the other guys, you know, we got 4 other guys from Florence that work here.
Oh, yeah?
One's our director. He was a good friend of mine at Florence.
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't know? I didn't know you were at the camp.
When did you get out?
We all been out about 4 years, maybe.
Oh, you were there when I left in 2015.
I got there in 2017. I left in 2019.
Oh, yeah, I was already gone.
Yeah.
I got there in 2012.
Was Roman there, the super cop that goes around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took RDEP there. I worked at the ADX.
I lived in Teller.
I started Summit, went to...
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I didn't know that.
I knew all the New Mexican Hispanics that were there.
And the dog program was going on?
Yeah, they just started that when I was...
You're down to about 80 inmates now. Did you know that? Summit's closed down.
Wow.
For remodeling or something. And after the pandemic, they moved the RDEP program. They shut down the dog program. Everybody's doing 2 and 3 jobs. I know this because the guy just got out like 10 days ago and told me about it from there. It's going downhill.
All the ones that were there that got out, they looked me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Wait till I tell these guys. You were you set the wow.
I wear many hats.
Because when I got there, they had no AA meetings, NA meetings, nothing, right?
I taught the class Gogi there.
I do remember that one.
Yeah. I left in 2015, and someone else took it over, and he fucked it all up.
I remember that Gogi. That was what did it stand for?
Getting out by going in.
Getting out by going in. Yeah.
And it works. It really works. It's a way of life, not just a class. It's a way of life. How you work your way around it. Am I recording?
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Okay.
We're live.
Yeah.
There might even be some people question. Yeah, we're just. You threw me. I didn't know you've been to Florida. Man, I've known you all this time. Wow.
Yeah, I got there in 2012 on my birthday. They had birthday cake for me.
Yeah.
We stopped up and on the way in Trinidad and had McDonald's for lunch. So I had McDonald's for lunch on my birthday. It was my birthday when it took me, and then it was birthday cake, not because of me, but because of Martin Luther King Day. But I was, close enough.
You went to prison on your birthday. Did you get the self-surrender?
No. This is I was shackled.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I was locked up for 2 years, almost 2 years.
Oh, you went to Oklahoma City and all that stuff.
I drove up there. They took me from Estancia to Santa Fe. I was in Santa Fe for like 3 days, and they took a transport Took about 4 or 5 of us.
Oh, you didn't get the luxury of self-surrendering.
Nope.
Max didn't either, but yeah, because you think it
Max
sucks being
Tapoya?
huh?
Max Tapoya?
Max Barnett.
Oh.
Oops. Well, that's the director of Wings. I can say his name. I'll introduce you to him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I understand though when you can't fight your case when you're on pretrial.
No.
No.
Never.
How'd you end up in going to federal prison camp? Did you from
No violence. My scores were so low that.
right? But you didn't get to self-surrender, so you were locked up in a jail or something.
Yeah, in Santa
Okay, so that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
no,
So
yeah,
a
in
lot of
Santa Fe
us
detention.
get to go home,
Yeah.
and we just check in at court.
No,
every,
they locked me up in
Yeah.
2010, August 2010, and my case went all the way to November of 2011, and then I left in January 2012.
So I was 4 years waiting to get sentenced, but I got to be at home.
Yes, I know.
Well, I had to live in sober living houses. That was
When they closed the jail downtown, to all the federal prisoners out there,
Yeah.
I was in that group.
Wow.
Yeah. And that
Cool.
was,
So yeah, when you got to Florence, that must have been a piece of cake compared to.
oh yeah, it was nothing. I've been to the farm in Las Unas. I've been to Hobbs. I've been to Santa Rosa. Grants.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Now you're a certified peer support worker. You want to tell these guys what that means?
that means I'm better. I've accomplished my mission of being drug free, staying out of trouble, and helping people with the best smile on my face.
And we get certified by the Department of Behavior and Health of the State of New Mexico.
Just got recertified for the second time a
Nice.
couple months ago. Sometimes it gets a little hectic trying to get all the credits, but
Yeah. And they've found out that we are actually worth something because the homeless out there, a lot of them are going to jails, the crime, and nobody can communicate with these people. They can't offer them hope. They don't want to listen to anybody except maybe somebody like you or me, right?
hopefully, I give them the best attitude. There's things out there to be aware of. If you don't know what you're looking at, and you go on head on, it could be a collision that you don't want to. But if you know what could happen, be prepared for it. It makes it so much easier. That's what happened with NBD. People were going over there trying to do it on their own, and they were getting so frustrated. Then they come back to us and they say, "I tried. I just can't do it." And I get like that, and it's like, wow. Maybe you.
So what makes because we here at this office too, we get people fresh out, right? My guess is if they don't want to change, they're really not going to come and see an agency like me or maybe even you. But if they have maybe just a little bit of try, or I'll give it a shot, or maybe this time I could get a job. And do you think that's what brings them in to see you, or
I would
is
like
it
to think
probation?
that they want to change, but sometimes probation sends them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just come for the stuff.
Yeah.
Then we don't see them again, and we see them once, one and done. And sometimes if you interact with them just right, they might come back. I have a guy who just got out after doing 20 years. He beat his case after 20 years. So he's got a great personality, attitude is perfect.
Yeah.
And he's been coming back and forth. But he also has a teacher that was in prison taught in prison that's now at the jail here.
Oh.
It's keeping him in line. Saying,
Okay.
come down here and say yes because she knows me.
Okay.
So that works out pretty good. And he's a good kid. He's young. He's like 37 now after being 20. He was locked up before he was even 18.
20 years and he finally wins the case, but you don't get
Yeah.
the 20 years back, man.
No, you don't. But I said, so how come you have such a good attitude? He has a great attitude. He's not like angry at anything. He just said, hey, it is what it is. But I'm sure you're going to get a lawsuit somewhere along the line here.
Yeah, probably.
You just have to wait a little bit of time for them to say the case is done.
Yeah.
They have appeals and stuff, but it's amazing how people can be like that. Have that attitude. And that's what it's all about. It's about how you perceive your life. If you get grumpy and you're always arguing about stuff, nobody wants to be around you.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'll just listen to people argue.
I remember when I first got to prison, there were those people that stay away from me attitude. I'm going to do my time alone. I don't want to know none of you people. I'm not here to make friends. There was one guy in line at chow. His first day there, and he was saying that to us. We were talking. He goes, "Don't even ask me none. I've got 4 years to go, and I don't want to know none of you people." Right then, I knew we were going to be really good friends, and we still are today. I always remind him of that, but But if you're gonna go and be lonely and miserable in prison, and you know this before you get there, I mean,
Not a good thing.
you're already in prison. Now you want to be lonely and miserable and don't talk to anybody. You're just end it. I mean, why? You know what I mean? You're gonna make friends in prison, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people I talk to before they go in on pretrial, I don't want to make no friends. I don't want to know those people. You're one of those people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People go in there thinking that, and you can sense it. It's almost like a dog senses you're afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
And they don't want to even have nothing to do with you either. But then again, in the long run, they feel you're better than them, and that's not a good thing because you're all, like you said, we're all of them. You're one of them too.
Yeah.
We're going to prison. We're all in the same boat.
There's people I'll be just till the day they'll never admit what they did. And I got a friend. He says those people say life's not fair. He says, well, if life's not fair, what if you got sentenced to every crime that you've got away with in your whole entire life? Jaywalking, every little crime. How much time do you think you get? They said, aren't you glad life's not fair?
That's I know, because how many people break the law every day? That's a tough thing. Throwing a cigarette butt out the window, I got pulled over for littering.
Littering, sure.
And I got a lecture too on police officer, pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the little things. Then.
Yeah, it's just really rough, But I've been going to prison for over 30 years. Not total time in prison.
You say that like I've been building houses for over 30 years.
Well, I was a drug. I was in the military, so I had a structure there.
Did you do military jails too?
Yes, I did 10 days in the brig. Okay, for possession of marijuana.
Wow.
So that was and then by the time I finally got done with that, it was like good time. I got out maybe a week in there, and we were raking the park. So it wasn't a big. It was an experience.
When did it click? That all those times in and out. I mean, it must have been like. Every time you went back, a big deal. Did you have that kind of attitude, or next time I just try to be smarter and not get caught? Or what clicked? What made you the guy that I know today?
I was stuck in that stigma that I'm a felon, I can't get a job. So I'd go as soon as I got out, I would violate my parole, go back, final, and get out and be free. And then I would start all over the same thing I was doing before.
Because you don't want to be on paper.
The whole time I was walking the yard, I was looking at it, going, "What can I do so I don't get caught and make it more money?" It was a business to me. It wasn't just doing it. It wasn't an addict. I was an addict too, but it was free for me.
Trying to beat the system, maybe, or something, or.
Well,
all right.
We're getting ready to leave now. Sorry.
It's okay. You could say hi if you want to. We'll be on TV.
Oh, I was looking at the big screen.
Oh no, I didn't. I was trying to set up the camera, but I.
Oh, great.
Fun. Yeah, now you're a movie star. Yeah. So the time in going to prison, it was like I knew. I had the belief that couldn't get the job. I was a felon. But nowadays,
You know now, being in this business, that's a
I
cop
definitely
out.
know that. But I also was going to be a drug counselor before I got this job.
Okay.
And I was going to school for social work to get my late act and all that. And I was getting ready to go to Highlands, and she didn't want to take me. She said I would to apply again the next year. And my philosophy is, you don't get me now, you don't get me ever.
Yeah.
And then it just happened that Best Chance came along, and I was going there for free meals because they were giving you free meals twice a week.
Oh, you were a client there too?
Oh, yeah. I went there as an intern. I started off as an intern in school. I was going to be one of the veterans, because I'm a vet, and they wanted to take me. They said, yeah, well, no problem. You can come here and do your internship. I said, okay. Told the teacher that, and she goes, I have a better place for you. I said, a better place? And she told me about this place. She told me about Daniel Rowan. Everyone knows Daniel. He got the voice. I mean, he could be political.
Wow.
I really like
And there's another. You've been on the show. We're doing a live podcast.
What up? What up?
That's
Hello.
Ernesto, guys. He's been on here. It's been a while.
Yeah. These are all liquor sticker tattoos. I put them on so I don't get beat up.
You owe me a show too, remember? Whenever you want to, man.
We ain't doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, hey, man, no, that's that other channel. No.
Yeah, so when I ended up doing my internship, it's like I jumped right in there and helped. I did things, and they saw that in me. And even though the boss didn't want to hire me, the workers did. They thought that was beneficial.
Okay.
And now I'm the last one there.
Yeah, you're the last one there.
Yeah. And I told him when our boss was retiring, I said, well, when he retires, one day later I'm leaving. But they asked me, please don't do that. Please don't leave. I said,
Talking about-
you know,
yeah, Stanley,
I
I-
like my job.
I like
I
Stanley.
like helping the guys because it's a challenge for me, because some people come with stuff, I mean, they don't have nothing. And to be able to help them, it makes me feel good, they feel great, and they're happy too, you know, and hopefully, with that, just a little bit of help, maybe they'll stay out of prison.
See that smile, the attitude you got. I mean, it's attractive, man. And I'm not like that, but I mean,
Yeah,
you're
people
coming
don't
off the
put-
streets, man, and here's a guy that's like full of hope and he's not judging you, and he's glad to see you, and I try to do the same thing, but I
Some people come to us and they think that we're tied into the probation and parole. And once they find out that we've all been in prison,
yeah.
'cause that's a requirement.
See, like I keep this right here on my desk, guys. It's all my prison pictures. And first thing I show people, right? And I have my paperwork. I do. I have my
I
paperwork.
don't even know where my stuff's at. I got one picture, it's on my Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
Taking a picture behind the houses in the farm at Los Unis.
I've had some guys looking tougher than Ernesto come in here. I show them my pictures and my paperwork, and they're you know what? And then they get all comfortable, and then maybe you know.
I've been dealing with some banditos, you know, and that's really amazing how they.
We got another. You want to say hi or anything? See, we're just full of feds. I mean, we're everywhere.
State?
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
did some fed time.
No,
right?
I did all my time in state.
Okay. For some reason I thought you were also because the halfway house you never stayed at.
No, my girlfriend did.
Oh, that's what it was.
girlfriend
That's
is
what your
federal.
girlfriend's girlfriend's a fed.
Something
Okay.
bad one, huh?
I knew there was a relationship there somewhere. Yeah. So they don't have any federal prisons, I believe, in New Mexico,
Yes,
right?
they have one.
They do. I
They
thought
have
it was
one
a
in every state. They have to.
detention center.
No, it's called Lutuna.
I thought that's Texas.
It's border.
Oh,
It's in New
okay.
Mexico. I guess the main part of it, it's right on the border. I mean, right on the border, but
Oh.
it is New Mexico.
Every state, even Alaska, Hawaii,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, Wyoming,
Every district, see, every state's a district
yeah.
for Fed, so you have
Right.
to have a prison.
Huh. Okay. I know Nevada has one right on the border called Elko, I think, right? Yeah.
El
Interesting.
Reno, isn't it?
Oh, that's it. El Reno. El Reno. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Elko, Nevada, but anyways. El
It's
Reno.
crazy, but then you have a bunch in some states.
Yeah.
You have a lot of, you know.
California's full of them. Now they're shutting down a lot of. They shut down the Atlanta penitentiary because women were being raped by the guards. They're shutting Dublin, California down because women were being raped by. I did a show with a couple of ladies that have prison channels, Fed Phoenix and Prison Talk with Angie. Check out their channels, guys. I knew them before they went to prison, and then when they got out, I helped them a little bit with their channels, but they did most of the work.
To me, federal, state, it doesn't matter. The only thing difference between Fed and state, Fed you do 85%, state you do half.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was getting good at that, doing half, you know, so if I get a 3-year sentence every 10 years, do half, but I never made it through it. I always violated.
You got some. Do you remember the first day you went to prison? And I'm thinking, I got people be watching this. They're on pretrial. They're going to go to prison one day. They don't know. They keep every couple months. They go, check in with the magistrate on the pretrial side, and then their court and
Are
their
we talking about
discovery.
federal or state?
Either one. Once.
Well, if you're on pretrial for state, you do things that to better yourself, you have a good chance of not going.
And it's that way in the feds, but I
Yeah,
think,
I don't think so.
It depends on the judge. It depends on what you did and how much time. Like so I was volunteering at AA Central Office where I cleaned their bathrooms and stuff like that. I volunteered at a food bank. I was cooking for a drug rehab for free, and they gave me a little room and board. But I did a lot of these things to try to actually get a lighter sentence. And the judge told me, she goes, "I know you did it all just to get a lighter sentence. The thing is, you did it. So I'm going to give you some credit for it." And I did a few other things. I can't remember exactly what they all were, but it made a difference. She took like a year and a half off my sentence.
I like the part about when you volunteer, that could be a good job potential down the line. They know who you are. If I went and volunteered some places, it's like, oh, he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
And they'll get you into a spot.
We've hired people that volunteered here.
Yeah.
We've had hired people that had to do their community service because you get to pick sometimes where you want to do it at. And our operation manager, he was here for DUI.
You have a guy that comes over here did some community service at our place, and his PO said that he wanted her to do it over at Wings. I said, well, I can't argue with that one. He's the boss, right? The POs are the boss.
There's a guy that called me. He wanted to do some volunteer work, and he lives in Texas, I believe. And we're trying to get find employers that hire people with criminal background, right? But there's lists out there all over the internet. Don't believe them all, because I call people up and they're all, what list? Take me off that, right? All the time. So we either go in person or call them. But I came up with he's going to help make calls from Texas to local companies here and see if they hire, people with criminal backgrounds. A few other questions we want to ask them and what they start at and all that. And so there's a way you can volunteer.
Plus, if you know people, like I always have a hook up here and there because I know a lot of people in this town.
Yeah.
Being a drug addict for 30 years, you're going to know a lot of people. And that I keep running into them all the time, too. They'll say, hey, I work at this place and we need some people. Can you? I'll send people that way. And a lot of them stay for a long time.
They do.
They like the jobs, and that's what matters. I like to look at it that if you do go to prison and you get out, think about what you want to do. Don't just say, and when they come to us and they say we talk about employment, they say, yeah, I need a job. What do you want to do? Anything. That's definitely telling me you're going back.
That's not the answer. I just got to get out of the halfway house.
I just need to peel off my ass because I need a job. No, that doesn't work that way.
That attitude, if I was a betting man, you're going back.
Yeah. Plan on doing a job that you want to stick with and like, because that's the only way you'll make it through being probation and parole.
I got lucky. There was guys had YouTube channels like this that I watched while on pretrial, and they helped me out and kind of took me under their wing and gave me some guidance so I started planning my release before I even got sentenced.
Yeah.
But then it really started when you get to prison. You got all that talk and walk, which I still did it while I was in prison. Wow. And so when I got out, I still had nobody to go to, but I've been working on my body, my soul, my mind, my spirit. And I did have a sober living house to go to, the one I was volunteering at. Yeah. So I did have them. They were waiting for me. And if they weren't there, I don't know what I would have done. But you got to start planning. You plan now before you go to prison. Plan while you're in there.
Think about what you want. If you go in there and just lay around and watch TV, it's going to make time go slow. And you're not going to be happy, and you'll be calling the wife, or if you're married, or girlfriend every night, wasting money that you don't really have, and they're struggling out here, and you're going to tell them, send me money, and be responsible.
If you're lucky enough to have money on your books. How many guys, I used to think 5 years, if you're doing a 5-year sentence or longer, your woman's not going to be there for you when you get out.
I don't know, mine was the whole,
really?
She was there every time.
Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't have, but she used to tell me every time I went back, she would say, "You want your letters back? You can resend them because they don't mean anything anyway. You told me all these promises, you don't do shit." But hey, then I realized, okay, so I don't write no more letters. That would solve that problem, and I'd call on birthdays and holidays, and I was good.
See, you were on the installment plan?
Yeah. But there's a lot of things out there. If you think about it, don't just waste your way over there because you'll either gain weight and get fat, or you'll just be miserable because it takes forever to get to the end of your sentence. But when you're doing something, it's busy. I was teaching a class. Had a job of rolling silverware. I umpired softball. I score kept for basketball, and I also had time for watching TV.
Yeah. I had a rock band, and one guy just got off probation. There's 4 of us. We're getting the band back together.
Oh.
But a lot of prisoners have instruments and stuff. You hang out. You can do things. You can hang out at the law library. There's always something. Somebody needs your help in there. You could do the religion thing, right? There's always
religion. Yep.
There's always something going on every night of the week, not just Sundays. And get into sports. You could get workout, right?
That was a guarantee for me. Every Tuesday and Thursday when they give the honey buns and stuff out, I was working out, and I'd just go get my milk and honey buns and go back.
I've often said the best baseball game I've ever seen softball was in prison. Yeah, most exciting ball game I've ever seen.
Watching me umpire was probably the best thing ever. Got a kick out of it. So I had a beard down to here. I was a crazy old white boy that didn't know what to think of. But I got along with everybody, and I'm not a morning.
So you didn't go to any level 3s, 4s, nothing.
Never.
I never have either. So
never. I went to Santa Rosa and Hobbs. That would be the highest level I ever went to. There wasn't levels back then. There's grassroots classification. From there to Santa Rosa or Hobbs, and then my goal was to get to the camp, the farm, because it was close to home. visiting is better.
Yeah, sure.
You know, it's always about, you know, being able to see my family.
And you didn't have the I don't know because I've only been in the camp every hour movements, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I stayed in Hobbs for like 3 months. I stayed in Santa Rosa, I think, 2.5. That's in my points. They moved me to Hobbs, and then as soon as my points got lowered, because I had a pending charge, as soon as they got that pending charge, I was in there telling them, ship me.
So anybody that's watching this and they're not locked up yet, I'm guessing they're level 1 or 2 or something. They wouldn't be out on
It
pretrial.
depends what the crime is, too.
Yeah.
You know, if they wouldn't be out on pre-trial if they're.
That's what I tell most of them. But people call me and they're scared. They've never been, right?
Yeah.
But you've been in a lot of prisons, and it's nothing like really Hollywood. I mean, you haven't been to a penitentiary.
I've been Santa Fe.
Oh, is that a rough one? I don't know.
None of them are rough. I mean, Hobbs and Santa Rosa would probably, they were holding murderers and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not about, you know, people do make bad decisions or choices, and that's why they're locked up.
Well, you were at Florence, the
Yeah.
USP over
Yeah.
there, though. There was always lockdowns.
And we
going
drove,
on,
there
right?
was some in the van with us from Santa Fe to there was USB.
They were getting shanked
They were
every
going to
day.
Supermax and everything, yeah.
Yeah, every other day. So, I mean, I guess those are hardcore prisons.
It all depends on how you carry yourself and how you act. If you act like a scared person, you're gonna get people messing with you. If you act like you're not, you know, you don't respect people, they're gonna mess with you. It all depends on how you are, you know.
Yeah, like maybe tell if everybody's watching or curious what life's like in prison. I know there's certain do's and don'ts and rules, like never look at somebody's house. They don't even know what a house is, right? When you're walking by the cubicle, or don't look in their house, right?
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess so. They always, when I'm in there doing my plans for the class, someone's always walking in, hey, you doing okay? I said, why? Because you're here and you look like you're serious. I said, I'm doing the lesson plans. And they would bug me if I didn't say anything. They were always bugging me. I don't know why. It was one of those things that they had to do.
Don't say the word bitch.
Don't call no one a punk.
Yeah, or that,
I
right?
broke my son's nose for that.
Yeah. I guess you somebody dropped the soap once when I was walking by the bathroom. They said, pick it up. I go, dude, you're in prison. Really? I kept walking, but,
Yeah, it's
you
not
know.
a big deal. It's more of a joke than anything else.
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah,
Don't- You drop the soap in there. But yeah, it all depends on how you. If you got a good sense of humor, it goes a long way in prison.
Yeah,
you know.
it does.
I used to tell them when we'd be messing around with everybody, and sooner or later it'd be too much. And I'd say, "You're hurting my feelings," and they wouldn't know how to act. Just some couple words, I say, "Now you're hurting my feelings," and they didn't know what to say. But you know, they knew. I was just saying that because I wanted to see if they'd stop.
Yeah, you know, people laugh. You laugh in prison. You tell
Yeah,
jokes. You
yeah.
have fun. You know, it's hard to believe.
Yeah,
But
it's not as bad as everyone. You know, following the rule. People will buck the system no matter what.
yeah.
And those are the ones that really have miserable time. You know, you can get by just by doing what you got to do, minding your business. It's a piece of cake. You know, I used to collect the mail out of boredom for the whole unit.
Oh, that was my hustle. So I charged
didn't
$5 a month.
I told them for free.
Oh, I charged $5 a month, and every day I'd go pick up the mail and leave it on your bed, and you didn't have to go. Otherwise, you got to stop what you're doing and
Yeah.
go to the mail call.
That's what
I
I
thought
did.
my service was cheap, $5 a month.
I had nothing better to do.
I
So I
maybe
would just
I had 20, 30 guys. And $150 a month.
collected everybody's mail in the unit.
Wow, for
And I'd be
free.
running right before town. I'd be running around delivering it all. And people, they would, you know, some of them were grateful, and they said, "What do I owe you?" Nothing. I don't want nothing. I'm just doing it 'cause I'm there, and you guys aren't. I'm gonna take your mail so you'll get it. That's all I said. You know, I'm like that. It's the same thing I do with my friends out here in the streets. They give them a ride. They want to pay me gas. I said, I don't charge nobody for gas. You know, I'm not that desperate. You know, if I'm going someplace you need to go,
Yeah.
get in the car. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, people are people, you know.
Yeah.
Why make someone not go because he has to pay you gas money? I'm not like that.
Yeah, I'm not like there are some. I know. Like I just remember there's people like that.
But
yeah,
if they offer me money like this, I'm not gonna say no.
right.
But I'm not gonna say you owe me.
But there's people out there, you know, they can't go to a Walmart or a 7-Eleven where they can't pay for a candy bar. It's just against their religion.
You gotta steal it?
Like they gotta steal it. Really? It's like $1. You can't even pay $1 for something. It's against their belief system. Those are the kind of people that I don't know if you can really help them, or I don't know. You know what I mean?
Another rule in prison: you do not steal.
Yeah, you don't steal.
You steal, and you will be it'd be the worst thing. That'd be the worst nightmare you had.
And stealing could be like squeezing a little piece of some toothpaste out of somebody else's tooth. That's stealing, man.
Yeah.
Huh?
But I used to have all the heavyweight people that would go to breakfast, and they wouldn't take their honey buns. I told them, well, bring them to my place.
Yeah.
I had a locker full of honey buns so much, but people would come by and say, what do you got sweet? I said, help yourself. I would never charge them more. It wasn't a hustle. It was about when I wanted one, I had them.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, people were pretty friendly when I was at Florence. When I got there, I'm walking up to Teller, or what was it? I don't know, it was Teller, and two guys come out and, hey, want to help you with your, I had all my gear, and I go, oh no, man, it's all right, I got it, 'cause I ain't gonna be your bitch, right? They were just being nice, but I've seen too many movies,
Movies don't give prison
And
justice.
guys are coming up, hey, you need some coffee, you need some shampoo. No, man, I don't need nothing, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll get by. Later on, I did it for the new guys, but that's how it is in prison.
When I was in,
At least in the, I don't know about penitentiaries.
I think it's the same. It's the exact. I don't see no difference. It
Yeah.
depends on how you walk and who you're with, who you're hanging out with.
But they have the cars. They have all that politics
They
going
have,
on.
they have it
Right?
at the camp too. The camp's part of the car.
We had politics, but the cars. But like,
We had a riot. Do you remember the riot they had there?
I heard about it.
Yeah.
It was.
I was there.
They're still talking about it years later.
Blacks and the Serenos.
Yeah, they were still talking about that years later.
Yeah. It was at breakfast time. I walked walking back to the teller when the black people were coming out of the teller, going to bang on people. It was all over the whole yard, out where the track and everything. It was crazy.
Because there's counselors and there's case managers. Was McAvoy there? How about Thompson? No, Thompson came later.
What's his name? Enderly. Tall guy.
Don't know him.
And
We had 2 women
Ardep?
no, I'm just in the whole camp. There was 2 women counselors and one.
You had some good. I was in Ardep.
Oh yeah, that was Colter Rodriguez. You were in RDEP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was the teachers were one was about your height, bald head. What was his name? He used to always come in and say, "Buckus, Buckus, we got a Buckus."
No, we had Mr. Leslie was his name, and there was.
Leslie was a black guy.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
then another black guy was Mr. Wells.
He was there.
And then
Colter Rodriguez.
Colter Rodriguez was running
she
in.
took over when I was started.
And then a big kind of heavy set lady and one more guy. A female. She wore like a wig because she had some kind of disease. I guess she wasn't there.
Must have transferred them around, but yeah, we had
Yeah.
some good ones. I still enjoy it. Yeah, I didn't get no credit for it
Oh,
because I left before that.
oh, you didn't finish.
But I did it because I didn't want something to do.
Yeah.
Kept myself busy.
Good morning, community. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had the afternoon. We used to-
We're actually doing RDAP on Monday nights now. We bought all the books.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And they want me to teach Gogi down here. Gogi does, coach.
Wow.
Because I'm a facilitator.
We could use you as a guest facilitator
You should check out
if you want to come over on Monday night and do an RDAP session with us. We do one book a night.
I really didn't think I'd have that good.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, for the street, if you look at Gogi, the things that they teach you, the words are.
tell them what that means.
Gogi is a class that was created by people that are doing life sentences in California prison, where they made these like 12 tools that will help you stay on a positive track. And it's not about like AA, the tools or steps. It's about a way of life. And those 12 things they teach you, like breathing, let it go, stuff like that, it's all claim responsibility. They don't mean the same thing you think it says. When you say claim responsibility, what do you think? You claim and you say, yeah, I did it. No,
I know that.
Yeah, it's let it go is a good one because you take it out of your head, scrunch it up in your hand, and toss it. Stuff like that. It's really geared for the vocabulary of people who can understand it better, instead of the big words that college people use. And I see myself. I watched a thing on about personalities, and the one guy was talking, and he was using these big words, and I was spending more time trying to figure out what that word was. Next guy came along and started talking, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I followed him the whole time because he didn't bring his language up to a higher level. He brought it to the people watching the show.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot different, when you can understand it and relate to it. It makes it a lot easier.
It's true.
Yeah, but I got stuck in Gogi I saw a book, thought it was something about religion or changing my way, and neighbor said, you can have it, and I said I didn't want it. that kept drawing my eyes to it. I started reading about it. Said it was taught in all the prisons in California, state, local, county jails, and in Compton.
We had 7 Habits of Highly Effective People on the Inside. Did they have that one going when you were there?
You remember that?
Yeah, no, not our DAP. It was just a
Just a
separate
class.
program.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
because the guy. You ever heard of that book? It's seven
I think I've seen
habits
it.
of highly effective people. A lot of businesses and corporations send people to a little seminar. It's a corporate business thing, but they made one for people on the inside. It was a whole course.
The coach has been doing this stuff for that. She got so many different books up there: parenting, anger management.
I took all those.
Substance
I
abuse.
took
This is
everything.
Gogi though. This is
Oh, Gogi. Okay.
yeah. And she gave me the books for free. Cause I asked her, "How come you're not teaching it out here? You teach it in California?" You know, I tried to find out, and she said, "Here, you teach it. Send me the books."
Nice.
So whoa. So I did. Education said they wanted me to do it, and I said I gotta understand it better before I get up there and look like an idiot. I knew better than that. Don't look like an idiot in prison, because they'll try to get you.
Yeah. And no matter how smart you are,
Yeah.
you're in prison. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not that smart.
You don't have to be that smart. You got caught.
Yeah.
You know, but as long as when I get caught, I know I'm not gonna try to run, because unless I have a leeway, but it ain't gonna happen.
Do you
They always
remember?
catch
Do you remember your very first day in jail? Even the first
Yeah.
day you ever got locked.
Oh,
How
yeah.
did that feel?
The first time I went to jail, I took up smoking. Because we could smoke back then. This is back in '87. Some of you guys probably ain't even old
No,
enough
you
yet.
could. I'm not old too. I remember they let you smoke in jail.
Yeah, and that was when I first started drinking coffee. So I took up two habits that I don't smoke anymore, but I kept the coffee. I'm down to 2 cups. You know. But yeah, it was something. I didn't know anybody in there.
How long did you? Do you remember how long you stayed?
I think I stayed 3 weeks before I got bonded out. My friends bonded me out.
So
But then I was back there.
first time ever though. That's 3 weeks. I mean, my first time was the weekend, and that seemed like a month. You
Yeah,
know?
I didn't get in trouble until I got in trouble. I didn't have any misdemeanors till recently. Like, before I went, 2010's recently to me. But yeah, that's when I got my littering charge. I didn't pay that one either. I did time served because it's better, cheaper, you know. That's my philosophy. I tell my kids, you go to jail, you know, I'm not bonding you out. You're doing the time served because it's cheaper. Save money all the way around.
Yeah, it really is. Really
Spend
is.
the night in jail, it's not bad.
In the state court system, I think you get a lawyer, but in the feds, I always tell people save your money, get a court-appointed federal lawyer. They give
they're
you,
just as good, yeah.
and I found out that the federal public defender's office might only have 2 or 3 public defenders. The
Right.
rest are lawyers
And they'll
that
give
they
you-
have
yep.
that they have to kind of bond out, hire out. So save your money and give it to your family.
Yeah, these lawyers will try to get you as a salesman selling a car.
Yeah,
This is the best
There-
car you're
There's
wanting.
there's federal sentencing guidelines.
Yeah.
The judge can go up and down, but they don't make the deals like they do in the state. They'll be across the street at the bar, Well, I'll give you 2 days. I give you 2 years on this guy, but you got to give me, okay, he gets probation. The other one, no. All right, we'll go 18 months, but you're buying the next 2 rounds. I mean, that's how we are. We're numbers.
I did the crime in Albuquerque, was put in Estancia, which is what is it? Estancia. It's another county, and did my judge was in Santa Fe. See, that's how weird it is,
Yeah.
to drive all the way up there just to get sentenced.
Yeah. It seems like here now they've got the no cast bail, is that what they call it?
No cast.
Everybody's just getting let go until they go to court, right?
I don't.
There's no in state. I understand there's really no Bell Bondsman left. Is that true?
Like I said, since I've been behaving, I see the people that I knew, we talk, and we go our ways.
Well, now they're like cite and releasing shoplifters. They get booked and then they let go.
Well, they're getting ready to be
They're
felons.
correct. I know they're
Yeah.
getting pissed because in San Francisco, I think there might be 2 Walgreens left out of like 50 at CVS. They've all because of theft, man.
Yeah.
And the guards can't, security can't touch you. Nobody's allowed to stop you except a police
the
officer.
way of thinking is the people that are doing that shoplifting, they're thinking, well, they got insurance, they'll cover it.
Yeah.
Well, who pays the price then? And
We
the
do.
consumer.
We
So
do.
The price goes up and everything to cover it.
Yeah. You wonder why a bar of soap's $6
Yeah.
now and stuff.
People don't realize that when they do something that it might, back in my day, people were shoplifting. They would take the stuff off, buy a gallon, a bucket of soap, or what are you going to say? take it home, dump it into another bucket, fill it up with water, take it back, refund. You know, that was a big thing back then.
Oh, there was a thing. Yeah, you go buy something in a store, right? But there's two of you. Like I had a girlfriend. Her and her girlfriend would get shopping carts. They'd buy the exact same items. One would go pay for it, put it away in her car, take that receipt, bring it back to her friend with the identical shopping cart, and take that over to customer service. And say this is when they stopped giving out shopping bags, right? They were trying to save. So she goes, I bought all this and I need to take it all back because my boyfriend, whatever reason, I don't have the rent money now. And they'd scan it all and give her the money back. So they just got it for free. Oh, I gave away a crime. Go try it now, dude. It's not going to work.
Yeah, you get caught.
It's not going to work, guys. I'm not telling you how to do a crime. It won't work. Okay, this was 10 years ago.
The easy way is always the bad way because you're gonna get yourself greedy and then you're gonna get yourself caught.
Yeah.
Even if you don't not greedy, someone's gonna turn you in.
I mean,
So-
I seen a guy take a bite out of a banana at a supermarket. Took one bite, put the peel back, and laid it down. Man. Now I'm going. Do I go say something to him? To me, that's stealing, or you ruin a product.
But he might have been starving for 3 days.
Yeah, well, nobody goes hungry in this country. You know that. How many food banks and places are there to get something to eat? You might have to wait to get to a place to get it, but you don't have to. You don't have to make those choices like that, right?
Yeah. But some people can't. I don't know. The older they get, the slower they get.
I know. I didn't say anything to him. I thought about saying something. What would you have done?
What would I have done? I wouldn't have said nothing because
I
what
didn't
if
say
he
that.
said, "Hey, what do you do there?" And he pulls out a gun and shoots you because he's pissed off.
Then I thought about, hey, I'll buy him a bunch of bananas. No, that'll insult him.
Sometimes you don't know what unless you know the person. It's a different story.
Yeah.
My neighbor, he has problems medical, so he can't get. He has a hernia bigger than an alien, and he has to. He's supposed to be walking, but he doesn't walk that much. He's supposed to stay off the sodas. He thinks that he can buy a 12-pack and finish it before the night's over. He's afraid to go to the hospital because he thinks you're going to keep him. He's older. He's like getting close to 70. It's bad. But prison. Being in prison, thinking about going to prison, you have a medical condition. What do you do there?
Yeah,
Really?
man, you could. I had a hernia thing, and they had to give me. I had to wait a year and a half almost for the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, I still worked with it, but I wasn't supposed to. But yeah, I mean that's how long it
His
takes.
was almost on his knee.
Oh, mine
That
wasn't.
big, yeah.
Mine wasn't quite that bad, but that's how you got to wait for the surgery. You got to wait. You're on a waiting list.
He did it. He had surgery a couple times already, and it's got bigger.
Really?
It's alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Medical is so bad in prison. I mean, what?
But the only good thing was when I left there and I came down here and I had to go to healthcare for the homeless for my medical, my pills getting refilled.
Mm-hmm.
They had to call up to Fort Lawrence to find out why would they have given me certain pills because she goes, we don't, and that was a new way of doing things, like gabapentin for nerves, stuff. The doctor was saying, I don't think this works. So she called up there, talked to Camacho,
Oh, he's still he was there.
my
man.
buddy, my Filipino
Drink
buddy.
some water and walk the track.
Yeah, he remembered me. So when they called me, he thought, "Oh yeah, bro, Mr. Wolf, I know him."
He talk you, huh?
He was a good, as long as you didn't give him no shit, you were
No,
good.
he'd sit there and tell me about his family and all this.
Well, I was married to a Filipino when I first got out of the service.
Oh, okay.
So I spoke a little bit.
¿Cómo
of it,
está
too.
acá, por ahí?
Yeah. So we had we got. That's why I think he remembered who I was. Then again, I got that charming smile, but I'd get my teeth pulled then too. $2 a piece, you can't beat that. But things like, it's a lot of things, just keep yourself busy. Don't put it on the, family's already missing you. Don't put more stress on them by hitting them up for money, telling them what to do and what not to do. Talk to them like, you miss them.
I see people trying to run their household, yelling and screaming from a jail phone or a prison phone. Really, guys?
I tried that once. My wife turned the phone off.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, she said, hung up on me. The next day it was no longer for like 4 months. And she said, then she turned it back on and wrote me a letter. Said, you can call now. She says, who runs the family now? You're in there. Yeah, that's what you got to remember, that you're in there. It wasn't her choice to be in there. It was your choice.
Yeah. Phones are free in the feds. They might have stopped at this, but it was 500 minutes a month free. Pandemic, because
Oh, I
of the
didn't know that.
pandemic.
Yeah, I was already.
And they're suing Comtel or Contel, who owned it, because they were overcharging, and it was ridiculous,
Oh, yeah, they were robbing people left and right, that stuff. I still use my MP3 player from prison.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that you had to have it locked in, but you had to go to.
We had a guy at Jersey who had to take the lock off.
Okay, all
Plus,
right.
I also have the card. If someone comes in here and they ask you about that, I do have the application, the warranty paper for it.
I got some things from prison here.
Zoos and wham whams. Oh my lord! I still have my ID.
This is RDAP. Purple means that you're phase 3. That's my. I still carry.
I don't know. I can't remember my number in federal prison, but I can remember the state number.
Okay, mine's 18649-111. I guess.
I'm a veteran when it comes to state because I'm 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might even have, if I didn't give it all away yet. I keep tunas in here.
Tunas.
Yeah, you remember?
Pouches.
That was pouches. Here we go.
How'd you do that? Oh my lord! I didn't eat tuna.
Tuna. This is money in prison. This is money in prison.
I still have stamps.
Here's that tuna I owe you.
I've been out of prison since 2015. That means 8 years. I still have my stamps in prison
Oh.
that I had. I didn't use.
Now I understand stamps are like camps. They're worthless. People would come and they'd work their way down to a camp. They got $2,000 worth of stamps. They've been saving them all.
Why?
You can't even unpeel them, and but this is money, and not here, buddy. And it's all about the meats, man.
I used to cook burritos. I see my TV like the Taco Bell had the burritos. So I said, I can make those. I made a bunch of them. Didn't eat one, but I gave them all away. And every time people had a big spread, I was invited. So they get very creative in there.
And the cheesecake, that was
Cheesecake,
yeah. Made with non-dairy creamer, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much that and sugar or
The
something.
year after I got there, some of the guys that knew me from Estancia came, and they came and got me on my birthday and said, "Come on, Pops." And they had a birthday cake and everything for me. So I did make. People are good people in there. Okay, there's also the shifty ones. You got to watch out for them.
But I made a lot of good friends, and 4 of them work here. I get to see them every day now.
You got them a job, huh?
Huh?
You got them a job.
Yeah, I did. I got them all the job. But one was here before me that got me the job. He was doing community service here, and he saw this YouTube channel, and he told the old director, "Hey, check out this guy." Next thing you know, she called me up, and she had me on her Facebook show she did. I had her on this channel, and I kept in touch. And one day she said, "I think you'd be a good fit here in New Mexico." I said, "I'm on federal probation." She goes, "Oh, don't worry. I know. I got a." I didn't have to. Everything got approved. And now instead of paying $3,000 a month for the apartment I got, it's $800 a month. Because that's what I'd be paying easy out there. Easy out there in San Francisco.
I came here and I had it the first time I met my federal PO. We didn't hit it off right. So I asked him who he was, and that was not you don't do that to a PO when you first meet him.
Yeah, give these guys some advice about people on probation when you get out.
If you get on probation, they call it probation, but it's probation parole. Either way,
You've been on state and fed,
Yeah.
so.
State probation is not. They try to make you go back. They force you to understand that if you do everything right, you shouldn't have to worry about nothing. But they'll make you worry about something in state. Federal, you just do your reporting, you stay out of trouble, you're good to go. But remember, when you're in a car and you go up to a red light, you look to your left and look to your right and look behind you. Probably 2 of them cars are people that work for the federal. Okay, not following you, but they just happen to be working for the federal.
Right.
Okay, they're not. Don't start getting paranoid because it's just the way it is. There's a lot of government agencies here in the state, and that's how I found out. I said like, wow, where do all these cars come from? And they're all like FBI, Secret Service. Those are the people that you don't really pay much attention to it, but they are around you.
They all have those exempt license plates, right?
No, not always. No,
not always. Oh, see.
they could be driving their own car going home,
Oh,
but they work for the government.
yeah.
Yeah, I lost them once on my Harley once. I don't know how I did it. They wanted my Harley when they caught me. They said, "Where's your Harley?" I said I sold it. But once they said we liked that bike. We were following you one time, and then you lost us. Oh, I wonder why.
So you think it's harder to get off? You think it's harder to get off state probation than it is federal probation?
I don't think it's hard to get off any probation.
Let's say you're
if
doing
you want
you're
to.
doing the right thing.
If you're doing everything right, you shouldn't even be worrying about nothing. Okay, if you're doing everything right, you clean your ways, doing the reporting, got a job, or going to school. I went to school. I didn't even get a job. Went to school, and they were okay with that. All you got to do is show them that you're not out there doing shady stuff. When you start doing shady stuff, you're gonna get caught because they'll be on you before you know it.
I had no problem, but they switched probation officers
Yeah,
a couple times on me, and one would come and test me at 3 a.m, and I lived at a sober house. Who just would, they UA'd me twice a week and sent those results, and this guy would come at 3 a.m, but then he backed up, and I know he probably had a bunch of real hardcore cases.
Knuckleheads.
Yeah, so. And actually, he gave me the approval to come here, and
Yeah.
but you earn their trust. I don't think you earn their trust, but they lighten up after a while.
If you're a responsible person, you won't get in trouble. If you want to complete it, you will. If you want to screw around, sooner or later you're going to be going back to Cibola, and then have to come back out again, start all over again, getting your ID and everything again. It's just a pain in the ass. You lost your job, not to like your job, and then you lost it because you're screwing around.
Today, I'm talking to other people's probation officers.
Yeah.
Sometimes making a deal. Don't send them back. We'll help them get a job. We'll give it And today wow. And they all know I'm a felon.
Yeah, I talked to, and when someone comes in and says they had the same PO as me, tell her I said hi. Tell them I'm still over here and I'm doing good, because they're happy to hear stuff like that, because that means their job was easy. Because I had two. It's funny. I had a Kelly B. Borland, and I had a Kelly C. Copeland.
That you're fed or state?
Fed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had Amy G.
ABG, yeah. But they were, they'd come to my house and I wouldn't even know who they were, because I was doing nothing wrong. I was going to school, coming home.
Yeah, I never had to worry about them because I didn't.
Give my UAs, go to my counseling. I was good. They said they wanted to take me off counseling. I told them no. I said, no, you're not going to get me like that. That's the first step. Take you off counseling. You say, oh yeah, I got this beat. Then you start getting high again. Next thing you know, and then next thing you know, you're in handcuffs. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old to keep going back and forth.
Right.
I wanted to have some freedom out there, enjoy the weather.
I've had to call mine now and then. Ask her. She even said she'd come on this channel, but she likes this organization. I've seen her. I have no problem with her now.
The feds like ours, state like us.
I never believed her the whole time though. She was 3 months to my out date. She goes, "Oh, probably I have to see you again." She came by the house, gave me some paperwork. She didn't really come by to give me paperwork. She wants to look around, and she's just saying that, so I ease up. No, she kept her word. That was the last time I had to see her.
Last time they came to my house, I said, so what do you think? She goes, about what? I said, how about taking me off the UAs? I gave you 4 years clean. She says, okay.
Really?
Next day they're off. And then when she called me back that day, she says, hey, I want you to get a hold of your lawyer and put in for early release. I said, I don't mind doing probation and parole. It wasn't that big of a deal. Monthly reporting online, that give a UA here and there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. It gives me something to do sometimes. But when she said that, I said, okay, I don't even know who my lawyer was. She told me, and I called him, and he knew who I was. He remembered me.
Yeah, and in fact, you can get a halfway, I think, unless I had restitution. So
I did 4 out of the 5.
Oh,
Yeah, 13 months. I got out 13 months early, but it didn't matter. If you're doing everything right, it doesn't matter if you're on probation or parole or not. It really doesn't.
But it is sometimes a pain when I got to go fill, pee in a cup and all that.
It's not, man. My biggest thing was getting on the bus to go down there.
I wasn't worried about the results. It's just,
Yeah.
I got a guy staring at me and then I lock up.
My thing is, I'll be on the bus going down there, and I'm going, I don't have to pee. But as soon as I get
See,
down
that-
there,
yeah, that's what I
as soon as
worry
I get down there, I fill that cup up. I'm good. But yeah, I just when you worry about it, because then you have to sit there, and I don't want to sit there.
I still lock up today. If somebody walks in, I gotta wait. I can't.
I have no problem with that. I mean, I used to say I could walk in there and moment's notice and give them a UA, which I do at the VA all the time now. Anyways.
So I did I think it's getting kind of, it's almost 3.
Wow.
I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. But words of advice, tell people what you're doing with your life. What are you proud of?
I'm proud of? I'm proud of that I'm out here staying clean and sober and doing what's right and enjoying my life. That's what I'm proud about. And helping people is a plus. I mean, I always strive, today I want to be better tomorrow than I am today.
Your information and best chance is all underneath this video. Anybody wants to get a hold of you that sees this?
Yes, they can call me anytime they want. I mean, if you want a question to ask, I'll even answer if you need some help on something. And when you don't have to come in. Because we're all volunteer. It's up to you to come in if you want to help. If you call me and I don't answer, please leave a message, because I don't answer numbers I don't know.
I didn't put your personal one on there.
Yeah.
Only the.
But it's the same thing. Leave a message when you get the phone at the office, because the office one will go to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
But I won't answer if I don't know the number either.
Right.
It's just one of those things I can't get rid of. I tried, but nah. That's somebody did the police wanted money from your donation.
I haven't learned my lesson. I answer the phone all the time. It's always.
It's a habit. It's a habit. You know, I didn't have it. I'm not going to get it.
I usually don't mind, but
Sometimes I don't mind, but you know, a lot of times it's like that. Oh, I enjoyed this. I mean, you actually got me this time. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
all right.
But
I mean, it's just two guys talking about
I
what
know,
we're doing with
yeah.
our lives and what it was like, you know.
I can tell you some stories, but you get a good kick out of that. But probably wouldn't be good.
Well, we won't. I'm running on the Wings for Life channel as well as mine. Next time we'll just keep it on my channel, because I have to keep it a family show on when I'm running on the Wings
I
for.
mean, some of the things that people do, it's like you ever watch some TV shows on TV about people who caught the crooks that had done something wrong. They got
Oh
caught.
yeah.
Mine's about how
Almost
they do
got
those
away
things.
with it or something. Yeah.
It's just funny how people act. You know, you say something, they go, "Huh?" And they start looking at you like you're weird.
I mean, I learned how to make that bomb out of fertilizer when I went to prison. And somebody told me the secret. It's
I
just
also learned
that one
that
ingredient. That's all I needed.
Muslims look at the sun in the morning when the sun's bright orange, means that angels are coming down to help people. I learned that from I had a Muslim roommate, and I had a Catholic, a Jew, and a Muslim. We tried to make a joke, but couldn't do it. We would not shut up when we were in the room together. We were having good times, you know. So that's how life is, you know.
Yeah, no, in Florence, I mean, there was. I went to some. I just out of curiosity went to a Mormon, Muslim, 7-day. I tried every service, just because I have the time, and I've always been curious. I read all the books, the Quran, the Torah, the Bible. I read them all. I wanted the knowledge of all religions, so I could make my own choice, and that's what I did.
They
in
make your own
prison.
choice.
Yeah, I'm confused. They're
They're
all good. I think they're all good.
They all have their.
Yeah, they're all good.
There should
I
be- there
was
should be
really
no-
impressed. I'll tell you, my favorite book was the Quran. Out of all of them, I would pick that if I had to pick one. I would.
The guy that I was.
I'm
he was
sorry,
in there
but-
for tax evasion. He had pizza shops up in Denver, and he was there, and I met him that way. And he said, "Anytime you want to come up to Denver, come look me up. I'll give you some free pizza."
There you go.
I know what it is about pizza today. I'm
There
just
you go.
looking at it. All right, we're done.
Yeah, we're done, man. So thanks, guys, for watching, and got one coming Sunday.
When's
With
this gonna be on?
it's on as soon as I hit this button.
No,
It'll be a rerun now.
Oh, yeah.